As a man in today's generation, as a 22-year-old man, relationships are something that feel like they're just not a part of your life. Intimacy and having relationships with girls and like thinking long term about having a wife and a girlfriend, that's all in your mind, but you seem that you can't find her anywhere. I mean, you're searching on Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, you find no one. You see these girls going out every single weekend, going to the bars. You don't really like going to the bars. You don't really like drinking. You're going to church on Sunday and working out and working on your business, working on self improvement. And you just feel like you can't find anybody that's compatible to you, or you can't even find girls in general to talk to. Hey, I'm in your same exact boat. I just, you know, I was talking to this girl. I hope she didn't see this, but I was talking to this girl and I really liked this girl, right? I started to take her to church. I started to hang out with her more. We'd always have a great time together. Um, and I realized something after our last conversation where we kind of split and went our separate ways is that a man, especially a young man in his 20s who's all about self improvement, becoming the best version of himself, you're going to find it hard to meet people who are like you. There's nobody around you that you can even talk to about your struggles, about how your business is going, about because they don't care, because they're too busy drinking and partying and smoking and vaping, and you just don't do any of that. So it's hard to fit in. And when a female comes into your life and they're not used to this type of behavior, they're like, I don't know what it is. I'm still trying to figure that out. They just seem to be more attracted to the guy who parties with them, who smokes with them, who drinks with them. And you kind of feel like you're left in the dust and you kind of have a question mark above your head asking yourself, what did I do wrong? But in my opinion, that's the wrong frame to think about it from. You know, we're all in this journey of becoming the best version of ourselves. And as we continue to grow, as we continue to become the best versions of ourselves, we're going to start attracting the people who align with us. And right now in the moment, it feels like that's impossible. Right now in the moment, you feel like you're secluded from everybody. You don't have as many friends. Girls do not like you. This is a part of the journey of becoming the best version of yourself. This is what Alex Hormozi talks about, the lonely chapter. You're going to feel alone for a little bit in your life until you're able to elevate yourself to the next level, right? And so, telling yourself this is very beneficial for your mindset to get you to keep going and not give up and not cave into the bullshit that everybody else does, right? And so, this moment that happened to me when I had this conversation with this girl really made me reflect on myself as a person. It might not even be anything serious in her mind, but in my mind, it made me realize that not everybody around you is going to be on the same wavelength as you. And that's totally fine. Like, what do you expect? You go to the gym, you work out all the time, you eat clean, you don't party, you don't smoke weed, you don't do drugs, you don't do any of that. But everybody around you is. So are you going to be left out? Yes. That's what you signed up for. You signed up to become the best version of yourself. So what does that mean? Not everybody is on the same mission as you. Not everybody is trying to get after it. Not everybody is trying to get it. Not everybody is locked in, but you are. You are locked in. You are trying to get it. And so every single day you have to remind yourself that yes, maybe I'm not included in these groups. Maybe these girls, maybe this relationship is not going to work out because I am different. Because I am on a mission to retire my family, on a mission to retire my mom, to provide for my little sister, to be an inspiration for my little brother. Maybe I will choose that over this empty world that these people live in. They don't have meaning in their life, so they seek pleasure. My whole life has changed when I flipped this narrative in my life. I used to be the person who found meaning in pleasure. in smoking weed, in partying, in vaping, and doing drugs. That was my personality because I lacked true meaning in my life. And so I caved into pleasure. And so if you are struggling with this right now, you are lacking a deep sense of meaning and purpose. And that is why you're indulging in these pleasures, these simple pleasures that are easy to get, these quick dopamine spikes, which are detrimental for your long-term mental health, relationships, everything, right? Short-term, it might be fun. Long-term, it's affecting your life more than you know. I've associated myself with work, so it's hard for me to even find pleasure in doing things. And there's a weird balance with this, but I'd rather be on this side of the equation rather than the other side, where I'm indulging in pleasure. I would rather indulge in work, which I associate my meaning with, for a lack of pleasure. That's my choice. And that seems to be your choice too, because you're continuing to watch my videos. You watch this video and you feel like you're in the same position as me. Brother, let me tell you, this shit's all going to pay off. All of it's going to pay off. Everything's going to pay off. And all the people who doubt you, all the people who talk shit behind your back, all the people who don't believe in you are going to regret it. Because you know what? Success is the only revenge. The only revenge. Success. You have to become successful. It's your only revenge, while everybody else around you will drown out because they're not on the same level as you. You don't even think like them. So this is a reminder, not only to you guys, but to myself, that, again, it's okay to be alone for a while. The lonely chapter is necessary for you to become the man that you want to become. So my little lesson, my little conversation that I had made me spark this conversation. And I hope you guys can take some value. It's a little short 7-minute video. Take some value from this and apply it to your life, or just apply it to your mentality, because it's going to allow you to keep pushing further and further, harder and harder, to become the man that you want to become. Brother, like I say at the end of all my videos, I wish you the best of luck and stay locked in.